I stayed frozen in the taxi watching my daughter shiver outside her own home in 32-degree cold while her husband's family laughed inside by the fireplace toasting champagne. That's when I knew they'd made a terrible mistake. Because the woman they were humiliating, she raised me, a taekwondo coach who spent 40 years teaching people how to fight back. Here's what happened next. I stepped out into the Boise snow, my boots sinking deep. The icy wind cut through my coat, but I barely felt it. Through the picture window, I could see them. The whole Whitlock family gathered around a table loaded with roasted turkey, cranberry salad, wine glasses glinting under the lights, Jingle Bells playing on repeat, Emily's favorite song when she was little. Then I heard it, a whimper from the porch. I turned. My heart stopped. Emily was curled in a wooden chair, thin blouse, no coat. Hair plastered to her forehead from melted snow, her shoulders shaking so hard I thought she'd break apart. I ran. "Emily!" My voice cracked. I ripped off my jacket, wrapped it around her, touched her arm. Ice cold, like there was nothing left inside her. She lifted her face, red eyes, pale lips barely moving. "Mom." That single word, so faint it almost disappeared into the wind. I scooped her into my arms. Her soaked slippers fell into the snow. Inside the house, the laughter continued. Careless, cruel. Ryan's voice booming about something. Glass clinking. They were warm, fed, happy. My daughter was dying on their porch. I'd flown in from Seattle that morning, excited, couldn't wait to surprise Emily on Christmas Eve. Called her phone 3 times, no answer. Texted, nothing. That knot of dread already forming in my chest. At a traffic light, I'd seen Jake, my former taekwondo student, now a cop directing traffic. When I mentioned Emily, his smile vanished. Something flickered in his eyes. Worry he couldn't hide. Now I understood why. I pounded on the Whitlock's door, hard, drowning out Jingle Bells. No one came. I banged harder, like I wanted to knock it down. Mrs. Evelyn opened it, wine glass wobbling, lips painted bright red, that fake smile plastered on. "Miss Rose, what a surprise. Why didn't you let us know so we could roll out the red carpet?" I locked eyes with her. "Let you know? If I'd let you know, how would I have seen this?" I held Emily tighter. "What did you do to my daughter?" Evelyn glanced at Emily like she was looking at trash. Emily just wanted fresh air. "Don't make a big deal out of it. It's Christmas." Fresh air. My daughter was freezing to death and she called it fresh air. Ryan appeared behind his mother, shirt unbuttoned, bottle of wine in hand, that defiant look. "Mom, close the door. Let her stay out there till she gets over it." He laughed. Who shows up to Christmas dinner acting all fragile to get out of helping? From inside, Abigail's voice, sharp as broken glass. "Exactly. A woman who can't even carry a baby to term. What's she worth? Useless." Her kids ran to the porch giggling. Aunt Emily's in trouble. Something inside me snapped. I rammed my shoulder into the door, then kicked. It flew open, slamming against the wall. Evelyn's wine sloshed onto the expensive rug. The music stopped. Like someone yanked the plug. I stepped into the center of the room, Emily in my arms. Each footstep left melted snow on their hardwood floor. Marks that wouldn't erase. I settled Emily on the couch, draped my scarf over her shoulders, knelt, looked into her red, broken eyes. Ryan stepped closer, face flushed from wine. "You don't get to make a scene in my house, Rose." I shot to my feet, pointed at his face. "No right? And you? You think you have the right to throw my daughter out into the cold? To let her nearly freeze to death?" My voice shook. "Is that what you call a husband? Is that what you call family?" Mr. Harold Whitlock rose slowly, adjusted his suit jacket, that deep, authoritative voice. "That's enough, Miss Rose. This is a family matter. A woman who can't bear children needs to learn to endure. That's just how it is." I stared at the feast, the turkey still steaming, wine sparkling under lights. Then at Emily, shivering, stomach faintly growling. "So you feast while my daughter's outside in 32-degree weather. No coat, no food. That's what you call tradition?" Evelyn shrugged, smiled coldly. "A woman who can't have kids even as she eats is just a waste." She sipped her wine, like my daughter's pain meant nothing. Abigail chimed in. Your daughter always uses depression as an excuse to avoid work. Has she ever cooked a decent meal for this family? All she does is lie in bed whining. Murmurs rose from the table. Nodding heads. Snickers. Then Emily's voice, barely a whisper from the couch. I'm so tired. No one understands. Ryan barked. Enough. Shut up. You've embarrassed me enough already. I stepped in front of her. Memories crashed over me. Every phone call. Emily sobbing. 4 miscarriages. 4 times her soul shattered. Each time I could only hold the phone helpless, trying to comfort her from hundreds of miles away. And now Ryan stood here, calling her useless. Through the window, I saw Jake standing on the porch, silent, his hard gaze, clenched fist. He'd heard everything. I pulled out my phone, hands shaking. I'm calling the cops. A report will be filed. You'll answer to the law. Ryan's wine bottle slipped from his hand, clattered on the floor, red wine staining the rug. Panic flashed in his eyes. You wouldn't dare. Mr. Harold stepped forward. You have no idea who you're challenging, Rose. I've spent my life on the judge's bench. You think a phone call will make us tremble? Abigail laughed. Go ahead, make the call. Let's see who they believe. A crazy old lady or a respected family like ours. Emily tugged my sleeve. Mom, please don't. I just want peace. I looked at her terrified eyes, but I knew. If I stopped now, Emily would be trapped in this pain forever. I squeezed her hand. You don't have to be afraid. I'll protect you. I promise. I carried her out, behind me. Evelyn yelled at the housekeeper about the spilled wine. Ryan slammed the table. Mr. Harold's angry voice echoed as he made a phone call. I didn't look back. I took Emily to my small apartment near the National Training Center. Simple, safe, a place where she could finally breathe. That night, after Emily fell asleep, I sat at the kitchen table. A thick envelope slid under my door. I opened it. Don't mess with the Whitlock family if you don't want to end up as miserable as your daughter. Give up. I crumpled the paper, threw it hard into the trash. They thought I'd back down. They were wrong. I started organizing evidence. Bank receipts showing money I'd sent Emily over the years. Messages, medical records. Each piece a memory of my daughter's suffering. Emily woke in the middle of the night, found me buried in papers. Mom, I'm scared. I'm scared they'll do something to you. I hugged her. You don't have to be afraid. From now on, I'm the one who will protect you from everything. The weeks before trial felt endless. Every night under that dim lamp, reviewing documents, cold numbers that proved my love but also reminded me of everything she'd endured. Finally, the day came. Emily and I entered the Boise courthouse. I held her trembling hand. The Whitlocks were already there. Ryan in a sharp gray suit. Harold with that confident smile. Evelyn and Abigail whispering, throwing us scornful looks. Jake sat in the spectator section, gave me a slight nod. The trial began. My lawyer presented evidence, bank transfers, medical records. Emily's therapist testified about severe depression from 4 miscarriages and constant abuse. Then the Whitlock's lawyer stood. Emily's just faking illness to be coddled. She failed as a wife. They called their housekeeper. Mrs. Emily was lazy, locked herself in her room all day. I shot to my feet. You're lying. The judge slammed his gavel. Silence. I sat back down, heart racing. Noticed Mr. Harold nod subtly at the judge. An invisible thread between them. Something wasn't right. My lawyer played the recording Jake had made. Christmas Eve. Ryan's voice. Evelyn's cruel words. Abigail's mockery. The courtroom went silent. Then the Whitlock's lawyer objected. That recording is illegal, made without consent. The judge nodded. The recording is inadmissible. The ground opened beneath me. I looked at Jake, head bowed, fists trembling. Emily hid her face, shoulders shaking. Mr. Harold sat there, calm, arrogant, like he'd known this would happen. After a week, the verdict came. The court grants the divorce. A flicker of hope. However, the court does not recognize the claims of domestic abuse due to insufficient legal evidence. Ryan Whitlock is awarded the majority of shared property. I froze. Breath caught in my throat. Insufficient evidence. It was fixed. Mr. Harold, with his judicial connections, had rigged it all. I shot to my feet. This is so unfair. This isn't justice. The guard approached. "Ma'am, sit down." I glared at the judge, sat, hands trembling. Ryan turned, flashed a mocking smile. Evelyn and Abigail giggled, making sure I heard. Emily covered her face, body shaking, muffled sobs tearing me apart. The judge slammed his gavel. "The session is over." Ryan sauntered over, leaned close, whispered mockingly, "See, Rose? I told you. Don't fight me. You're just a useless old woman." My blood surged. I clenched my fist, took a step forward. Jake rushed in front of me, eyes blazing, fist clenched, ready to unleash everything. The courtroom buzzed. Are they going to fight? Camera flashes lit up the tension. Ryan smirked. "Go ahead. Hit me. I'll make sure you lose everything." Jake's fist trembled, breathing heavy, eyes red. Suddenly, Emily broke free, ran to Jake, clung to his arm, sobbing. "No, please don't do it. I don't want you or Mom to become violent like him. I just want peace." Her cry silenced the room. Jake froze. His fist slowly loosened, dropped to his side, head bowed. Camera clicks echoed, flashes highlighting Emily clinging to Jake. Some people in the room began to sob. A woman wiping tears, a man shaking his head. But the Whitlocks stood unmoved. The judge slammed his gavel. "Order." Ryan adjusted his tie, walked off. Evelyn and Abigail followed. Their cold laughter, another knife in my chest. The room emptied. Just me, Emily, and Jake remained. Emily whispered, voice breaking, "I don't want to fight anymore. I'm tired. Can we just go home?" Those words tore my heart apart. I let her out. Jake walked silently beside us. But something was happening. The video of Emily in the courtroom spread fast. Her red eyes, voice breaking, begging Jake not to become violent. It touched hearts. Comments flooded online. "The Whitlocks think they can control everything. Emily deserves better." Local news ran bold headlines. "Whitlock trial, justice bought." The Whitlocks, despite their legal win, began to feel the cost. Whispers about Mr. Harold using his influence. Ryan dubbed the lawyer of injustice. Their prestige crumbling. I brought Emily to live with me. Each morning I made her breakfast. Pancakes with maple syrup, scrambled eggs with toast. Some days I saw silent tears roll down her cheeks. But slowly, Emily was healing. Jake became vital to our lives. He'd stop by with flowers, donuts from the corner bakery. Each visit lit Emily up a little. One afternoon, Jake handed Emily a small box. Inside, a keychain shaped like a taekwondo uniform. "You don't have to be strong right away," he said softly. "But you can start over little by little." Emily took it, eyes shining. "Thank you." I turned away, wiping a tear, feeling a weight lift. One evening, Emily sat across from Jake, head bowed, voice trembling. "Jake, I might never be able to have kids, if that disappoints you." He smiled, took her hands. "I don't need that, Emily. You're already my family." I was in the kitchen pretending to wash dishes, heart full, eyes blurring. For years, Emily had been humiliated for not having children. Now someone told her she was enough. Easter came. I took Emily by the hand to walk through Boise's main square. The square alive with children's laughter, smell of fresh-baked pies. Emily wore a light sweater, and for the first time in months, I saw her smile. "Mom," she said softly, "I miss these days. I miss when you taught me to make apple pie." I smiled, squeezed her hand. "I miss them too, sweetheart. And I'll always be here to make more memories with you." Jake showed up with warm churros. They laughed and chatted like old friends. I watched, heart full of hope. Emily might never forget the scars the Whitlocks left, but she was learning to move forward, to love herself, to open up to those who truly valued her. And me? At 65, after fighting so many battles, I knew the fight for Emily's happiness was the most meaningful of all. Justice in courtrooms can be twisted, bought by power and money. But the justice of the heart? Love, respect, resilience. No one can touch that. I'm genuinely curious. If you were in my shoes, what would you do? Would you stay silent for peace? Or would you dare to face it all to reclaim your voice? Let me know in the comments where you're watching from.